Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome to Sim UK. Welcome to my first look gameplay review for InfraSpace. This is a game from Dionic Software. It was released on the 15th of October 2021. This is an early access game, but I think pretty quickly you'll be impressed with what it's got to offer. I've spent about 2 hours playing this game already. I went through the tutorial, which I've got to say is lacking in one or two areas, but overall this is definitely an interesting game to play. Game difficulty on medium, transport difficulty on medium. Let's get going. As I say, I went through the tutorial, and the tutorial does a reasonable job of getting you up and running, but it certainly has one or two little gaps in it as well. Now, I don't know everything about the game. But I do know that we've got these different resources here which don't ever seem to run out. At least I haven't evaporated any of them, so they will last forever. But there are quite a lot of them, which is interesting. Yes, I haven't got as far as mining for uranium ore, but we're going to start with some sulfur and then move on to some iron and so on and so forth. But the thing that this game does so well is it looks wonderful. There we go. I had to manually turn Logitech off there because it was locking me into something I didn't want to be a part of. Copper ore and sulfur. This is what we're going to start with. So we've got a wonderful little spot here that we could begin our exploration build with. So let's go ahead and shove ourselves a gravel road. In fact, I might get lucky and be able to put Okay, let's start with something like that. So I've got access to copper ore and sulfur. If we come down here, you can see we've got a sulfur mine. Hopefully that can reach. I think it can. And we'll also have... oh no, we haven't got access to a copper mine yet. We need a sand mine. So let's get a sand mine on the go as well. Now these are going to need some power. So let's grab ourselves a wind turbine. And that circle that you see there is the area of which you can place a wind turbine. So if you see, the two circles are not touching, so the efficiency of the second wind turbine is 100%. But if I just step inside, you can see that the efficiency of that windmill drops significantly. Now, in order for electricity to work, we need to have these things. So let's go ahead. Place one of those down there. Place another one of those over there. And now we've got some power. We're producing some stuff. We're going to come in here. We're going to have a concrete factory. Now, concrete factory requires sulfur and sand. 2 lots of sulfur to 1 lot of sand. So I've parked it fairly close to the sand production. Not so close to the sulfur, so they're having to deliver these goods to the cement factory. But it does mean that we're producing concrete, and concrete is pretty essential to everything. You can see that our efficiency is 108% as well, so pretty good stuff there. So, construction material storage. We'll plonk that in the middle, and that's just going to hold on to our concrete, our steel and our adamite. So any sort of excess stuff that we have is going to be transported and stuck here. So we're creating concrete. You can see storage. At the moment we don't have huge amounts, so that means it's all being stored in here. You can see the numbers going up, 298, 300, And that's pretty much it. Pretty standard stuff. But if you come in close and look at the modelling on these buildings, this is probably a poor choice. But the animations and the detail on the models, on the items themselves, I think are really good. And these are pretty bog standard ones. If I come over here, this is a lot nicer. Look at that. We've got little automated forklift trucks and stuff driving around inside. I think it's great. This game really does look wonderful. Right, what does the game want me to do now? It wants me to build some basic habitats. So let's go right ahead. Let's build ourselves a road. Come along here. And we're going to build a basic habitat. We'll pop 2 of those in for now. And make sure that they've got some power. In fact, I could have built that in a slightly better location. Build it just there, as far across as I can get it. There we go. That'll do. So these guys require some CO2 conversion, so that we've got some atmospheric pressure being generated. So I'm just going to pop that there. And you'll see that basically we'll make canisters of oxygen, which will then be transported to these buildings. If I'm smart, pop a couple more in as well. Let's extend the road out just a little bit further. Okay, one more thing we need is a spaceport. Now a spaceport is basically going to bring in immigrants, effectively, to come and live on the planet. And the nicer the planet is, the nicer the living conditions are, the more likely we are to get people to come and live here, basically. Yeah, it's not behaving particularly well. Works better that way round for whatever reason. Not perfectly straight, but it's okay. It does the job. You can see this house here no longer has the O2 requirements issue, and we're running at 100% efficiency. 3 members of staff, and we've got to reach a population of 22 people in order to advance to the next level. And we're not far off that, actually. As soon as we get some O2 into these buildings, we'll be away. We're going to speed up time slightly. You can see we've got 2 there. Now, immigrants ready to move in, 10, immigration rate 1, average habitat level is 1, required habitat level is 0. So already we're doing the do. We're producing enough oxygen to accommodate at least a few houses, which is a good start. What I might do, just plonk down a few more houses. That'll put us in a position that we can expand without having to actually work too much harder than we currently are. So how are we doing in terms of power? We need 4.5 megawatts, and we're producing more than that, so that is good. And extend this road out a smidge. There we go. Starting to look rather nice. How are we doing? No immigrants yet. 10 ready to move in, so hopefully we'll fill up a couple of these houses now, and that'll push us over the 22 we're currently working on. So you can see we've got more sulfur over here. I build a road. Obviously this is costing me more concrete every time I do this, but speculate to accumulate. put ourselves a little sulfur mine just there. Like so. Put ourselves a little sand mine the other side. And we'll pop in a new windmill, which I can get there. There. And what I can do is just put one of these connectors in between the two. See, that connects up rather nicely. And then they're all powering each other effectively. There we go. And I can put another concrete factory here. And, this is probably going to be running at a very high efficiency, I would imagine. At the moment we're lacking staff. You can see we've only got 2 out of 3. But we're still running at 107% efficiency even though we're lacking staff. So that's good. Here we're doing 4 of 8. 8 of 8, so I think we've achieved that first requirement. And what it wants us to do now is to move on and build a research lab. So let's go over here. Find a research lab. We'll plonk that right in the middle there. The road there, just so we got good access from all corners. He wants us to build a blue science research factory. So what we're talking about here, if I plonk one down, so what we're requiring here is a bit of iron ore and carbon, and that produces 1 block of science. So we need some iron. And where am I going to get iron from? Is that iron up there? It's aluminium. So I found a good starting spot. There's some iron ore. It's quite a distance away. We're going to have to basically set up a new sector over here. Something like that. Now, we're going to have to research farming. That's our new objective, is to start researching farming. So we'll come up here to the research technology and click on farming. And you can see that it will unlock a simple farm once completed. What's nice is you can chain your research. But for now, we need to get some iron ore sorted. We come over here. Get some power. I'm not going to build it too close to these guys because they're not actually going to have power until I extend. So there you go, that should get all 4 of those running. You can see the trucks are going to start coming down here straight away. And they're going to be heading all the way down to here, which means these guys are not going to be running at particularly high effectiveness. Maybe I ought to consider moving these guys closer to the iron ore. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to ditch those. I'm going to bring these right up here. And you can see that instantly you're getting an 8% bonus because you're so close to the source. And there we go. We are going to be producing at a very high rate, I would imagine, once we get going. Now, has that one actually got any power? Right, so they're lacking on carbon. So if we come up here to production overview, you can see that we're running low on carbon production. So what we actually need, and this is what I like about this game, is they haven't just plonked these things together. We need the atmosphere processor. This is going to start producing oxygen for the people who work here, but also carbon at the same time. They're running at 100% efficiency. And you can see now that we're producing 18.8, which is above what we need. So we're in a perfect situation. So pretty quickly, boom, boom, boom. There's the necessary bits, and we're running at 156% efficiency. So we're going to have blue science pack resources coming out of every orifice at this rate. So farming should not take long now. Let's get rid of production overview. You can see it's all starting to come together already. And again, I mean, just the details are just sublime. I really like the modelling style. Everything about it is pretty cool. The oxygen producing unit. Good. Really good little game, this. I really like this game. Right, what do we have? We have iron, sulfur, and sand. We got 3 sand producers here. How much? Running at 100%, 140% efficiency. 376 concrete. What I might do is just pop down another one right next to it, and hopefully that will keep these guys running non-stop. A decent sulfur resource there. This one over here, kind of pointless, doesn't really matter. What we're going to tap into though is the copper ore. We're going to need that when we start producing like electronic equipment and stuff. Okay, so farming is up to 40%. Now we've got to build a simple farm. So I'm thinking the farm should be somewhere near, but not too close to our residence. Let's have a little think here. Let's extend this road down this way. Have it come up here. That is not a perfect square, but that's okay. We can work with that. Okay, good. So now we can come in and we can start producing some farms. Now obviously they're going to need some power. I'm going to plonk this one here, and it's already connected, which is great because that's going to be working towards our overall electricity system. I'm going to extend the road out to here. Again, it's not perfectly square, but that's okay. We can work with that. That should give us 100% efficiency right there. And place a couple of these. So let's try and connect those. There we go. So all 8 of those should now be running. And if we come and click on one, you can see that we don't really need anything. They just produce food. They produce 1 unit of food without really requiring anything in order to do that. So now we need to satisfy the needs of our habitants until they upgrade automatically. So if we come over here, you can see that they're all lacking survival food. It is not going to take long before we have, here it comes already, the survival food that they're craving on tap coming in. So we're going to expand. Make sure that they've got power. How much is that producing? That's 100%. Oxygen levels not quite as high as I would like them. And that's it. That is the extent of the tutorial. There's an awful lot more that you need to learn. So let's press on. Okay, now what would be nice is if I could squeeze in a bit of a power plant system up here. That's gravy. That's making sure that they're getting all the power that they need. And I'm going to chuck in a couple more oxygen generator units. Like so. And we'll continue. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd gone too far there. We'll continue to... oh my god, look how wonky that road is. It doesn't matter. We're on a moon, for goodness sakes. Right, so some of these have already upgraded. If you look, their survival food is 4.77. And that's the food production line coming in here. Seems to be working pretty well. I think we're going to need a few more. Okay, lots and lots and lots of food being produced now. Making sure that we've got power. We need one down here, don't we? There we go. Looking good. Have a look at our production. So our sand is actually a little low. That is surprising. Okay, I think we're going to go for electronics, home appliances, and green science. So we've got 1, 2, 3. This is the progression we're going to be working on. And immigrants ready to move in. Only 10. I had that up to 20 during my last Let's Play. But maybe if I start producing more sand, we'll be in a better position. 33% efficiency. Now I wonder if it's because I've got them too close together. That is possible. That is very possible. Alright, let's just check this. Yeah, 33% efficiency. So if I take that away, and I take that away, is that now 100%? 67% efficiency. Still quite low, actually. Alright, we'll get rid of you and you. And that brings you up to 67% efficiency. What we'll do is we'll pop a couple more of these in. But we'll have them away from each other. So that they are... Yeah, that can't quite reach the resource there, look. We're going to have to pop another little road in. A little closer to the sulfur resource. Make sure that they've all got power. So again, down to 33%, 67%, 67, 67. I think it's yeah, we're lacking staff. Which is interesting, because I think we're doing quite well over here. Now we've only got 4 out of 10, 8 out of 8, 10 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Maybe we just need a few more people. Interesting. Well, we definitely need more sand, so let's try and do something to boost the sand income. Now we got one there. Maybe we could have one there. Maybe we could have one there. 33%, 67%. I think it's to do with the amount of people that we have. That's the problem. Maybe I was okay having them all next to each other. Difficult to know, because as I say, the tutorial has some gaps. Yeah, I think it's just the number of available people. So maybe we need to build some more apartments closer to this area. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go with a power plant. Make sure it's not touching the other one. Let's start building some houses over here. Right, we've just unlocked electronics, which basically allows us to move up to the next level of housing. Let's just chuck down a couple more of these first. All lacking power. I might be able to get just one in there to accommodate them all. Now they're lacking oxygen. And there is oxygen being produced over here, obviously. And it doesn't seem to matter if the oxygen producers are close. Ordinarily, you would want to sort of avoid having that kind of thing too close because of the noise impact. But I don't think that's going to matter too much here. What I might do is just go all out on the back. That's going to be producing a heck of a lot of O2. Looks like we're running a little bit low on power. So let's just chuck another one of these wind turbines down. Make sure that it's not encroaching on any of the others. That's 100% efficiency right there. We'll just connect that up to the link to the system. How are we doing? So we're all good. We've got enough of everything coming in. We should be running at around about 100%. Still lacking stuff in the sand mine. A little bit frustrating, but we're getting there. We're getting there. These habitats are currently empty, or almost completely empty. Once they fill up, I think we'll be okay. Probably wise to continue expanding our food production units. Right ahead. Drop a couple more farms in here. We may need more. Okay. So we should have plenty of food for everybody now. You can see these are already up to maximum amounts. Okay, we can now start mining copper. So I've put a couple of copper mines in. And you can see if you don't have enough workers, your factories can't run efficiency. Use the prioritization tool in the top left to distribute your workforce. That's over here somewhere. Was it this? Yeah, it's this one. So this changes the priority. But we're okay. We got everything running and ticking over quite nicely. Let's go out to research and see what else we can research. Let's get some steel production on the go. Improved wind turbines and solar panels. So we'll work on producing those items. And okay, so you can see we're producing copper, but we're not doing anything with it. So what we're going to start doing is an electronics factory, which requires copper and iron ore. Now obviously the iron ore is being produced all the way down the other end. Not the ideal situation. But we should have some electrical components being produced here. If we go up to the iron ore area, you can see the trucks are already coming down. These ones are actually going to the research lab here. In fact, it might make sense to bring the research lab up here, I think. It'll save a lot of time and effort. We'll keep that one there for the time being, because I think we're going to evolve on that one. So yes, iron ore, definitely an issue. And again, we're not producing enough electricity, but we are working on improved electronic options. So we're going to resolve that problem soon enough. So we can now start building green pack science factories. This will allow us to unlock more things. You see, we need circuit boards. We need, I think that's sulfur, and we're going to need 3 units of blue. So I'm going to start building these here. What are we missing? We're not producing enough steel. Okay, so let's get a storage facility up here. If I can remember where it is. There we go. Should help things along a little quicker. I think we're going to need some more iron mine production units. Now let's see, it's telling me that one can't reach the iron. The rest of them are fine. What sort of efficiency are we running here? 39% efficiency, just not enough staff. So I'm going to have to think about bringing some staff units up here. Looks like we don't have enough power. Okay, so they've got the oxygen that they need. We're going to put a second power source in here. Then we'll just make sure that everything has power. Do the same over here actually. Okay, pretty good. Let's put a road in so that the time it takes to get oxygen from the factory, from these factories to the houses is reduced dramatically. You can see it's all happening now. So they're coming all the way around here. They're coming straight across. These are going to expand and grow pretty quickly, I would imagine. Especially if I chuck in some food elements. Don't need to go over the top. Should do for now. Make sure they have power. So these houses now will have everything they need pretty much. Survival food will be coming in pretty short term. How are we doing? We're running low on power again. We haven't quite got the solar panels. I think we're working on improved wind turbines at the moment. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to produce a bit more power over here for the time being. Again, trying not to get them. What are we lacking here? We're lacking concrete. We're actually not producing enough concrete in a short enough space of time. I'm going to pop that in there. Connect it to the grid. So we desperately need more people living here. These are 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So these houses are maximized. I need to get more housing in. How are we doing here? We're up to 24 now, so there's a lot of people who want to come live here. Not enough houses for them to move into. So there's no point me sort of continuing until we've got enough staff to run all of the machines. You can see we're at 67% efficiency, 30% efficiency. And again, it's always because we're lacking the number of people that we need. Now, truth be told, I could upgrade these roads, which will make getting them to work much quicker. And I'm not 100% sure if that's how it works. I'm not sure if people actually drive to work. Maybe I could start putting some houses over here and expand a little bit this way. Not a terrible idea. Concrete production is pretty slow. Has that boosted efficiency? Not yet, but you know, these guys don't have food and whatnot coming to them just yet. They will do in time. These guys have no workers whatsoever. That's not good. Suppose we're not producing anything that requires those elements just yet. Ah, there you go. You can see this is all coming together rather nicely. Alright, so hopefully this is going to boost concrete manufacturing. Again, low down on people. Make sure we've got enough turbines. Right, so I think concrete production is definitely getting better. That's 91% efficiency. That's still only very low efficiency. This one over here. That's 75% efficiency, believe it or not. Right, so the electronics factory is building, which is good. What else can we produce now? We've got a steel mill. That's a great idea. We'll have some of that, I think. That's going to increase the amount of steel that we're producing. That's a good idea. Need of carbon. Carbon is definitely coming. Build a couple more of these, I suppose. Again, not enough people in here at the moment. I'm just wondering whether or not... where do I find this thing? I was just wondering if a spaceport might help increase the number of people coming to live here. We need 150 concrete for that, though. What's our concrete production like? Still very low. I think it is still very much due to the lack of people. We need some home appliances. Okay, we're starting to get there. We're starting to get enough people in now. Not enough power in network 2. What are we running here? We are a little bit below our target, aren't we? Okay, so that'll give us 100% efficiency. Again, that's better, but still not exactly perfect. Okay, now we're up to 100% efficiency. Let's see if we can save up and get a spaceport. 150 concrete is a lot. It's definitely going to take some time. Need to get the efficiency here up to 100%, if not more. I think staff is the way to make that happen. Oh yeah, we're producing way more food than we need, which is great. Not so much steel. Really need to produce more steel. Is it that we've got no employees? 0 employees. Look at this. 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10. We need some home appliances over here. 89% concrete. We definitely need, I think, a new spaceport. And more houses over here as well. Have to be a bit patient. Whilst we're being patient, let's have a look at the production. Solar panels are coming in, but we need more green solar panels. Concrete roads is a good one. One-way roads I'm not too sure about. But at the moment we're a small town. We've got 349 level 2 citizens. We need to get to level 3 citizens. In order to do that, I need to start producing home appliances. It's absolutely critical, the home appliances thing. I'm going to get rid of that road there because it doesn't quite work with what we're trying to do. That works much better. Let's go with the home appliances factory. I can't believe that now doesn't reach. Try again. Fine margins, fine margins. I think something like that. Come on, reach, yes. So they need electronics. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop one of these down here. I would have done 2 if I could. So that's going to start producing electronics, and that means that these habitats are going to move up and become better habitats, even better than they are now. I have, of course, used all the concrete that I was saving. That's okay. We'll get there, we'll get there. Electronics and iron ore. So iron ore is already going to be available. At some point we'll have trains transporting our goods, which will make things much quicker. And if I can upgrade these roads as well, it's going to speed things up no end. Wondering if jamming a road across here might help speed things a bit. Maybe not. I don't think that has sped things up at all, is it? No, not really. So we're waiting on electronics here, and you can see there's a long stream of electronics coming this way. Once this starts happening, things will start moving towards a level 3. I've got 107. I'm going to be patient this time. I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait. And we're going to put a spaceport in. Now, I don't actually know if having 2 spaceports is going to help as much as I think it will. We'll find out, I guess. We'll see if it's a good move in about 20 minutes. But we're going to pop this in, build a few more houses, expand the housing area, connect a few more things up, and we'll see how we get on. And 150 we go. So let's expand this road out much further. No, we can't go across there, can we? Okay, that's fine. We'll work it. We'll work it. We'll work it. Okay, good for power. Couple more houses in here. Slightly scruffy. We've definitely grown quicker than... Okay, so immigration rate is low, average habitat is 2, required habitat is 2.2. So these guys here are looking for some more home appliances. Home appliances should be coming. They're transporting CO2. Delivery truck is transporting... What are you delivering, delivery truck? I don't know what he's delivering. So oxygen looks to be a little bit low. Get some more oxygen producers. I don't remember where they are. What the hell are they? Oh, it doesn't quite fit. Okay, there's a decent amount of extra oxygen coming in. They're lacking home appliances, but home appliances are being built here. Strangely enough, my first go at this, I was apparently way more efficient than I currently am. He is delivering home appliances. Oxygen levels are a little bit low over here for some reason. Let's have a look-see here. We're producing 3 times the amount of oxygen that we need. We are not producing enough home appliances though. This is our problem right now. %64 efficiency. I think that's probably part of the problem. Just get iron transported, or iron ore transported a little quicker. Ah, maybe here. This is a good idea. All right, let's get some copper mines on the go. Still struggling with the amount of concrete that we're making. All comes down to the amount of people living here. Pick that up. Damn it. It's quite tricky to get this to line up, so it seems. Wow. Like one arse mistake after another. Yeah, we'll just go, we'll accept that that's going to be wonky. We'll take that on the chin. And what we're going to have is some home appliance factories. That requires 50 concrete. Good lord. Right, so that should be a more streamlined system than we currently have. Okay, this is up to 10. This is an improvement. You're getting there little by little, slowly, 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 slowly. This is coming up. Looking much better. I think these copper mines probably don't need to be here. So I'm going to sell a lot of these. Surplus to requirements. Try and get these factories up to... Ah, there we go, 124%. That's an improvement. It's looking a lot better. These guys still missing home appliances, but home appliances are being produced over here. Slowly but surely. Maybe I can get some concrete production going on over here. See how that works out. Maybe I can get a storage location in there too. Yeah, improved wind turbine blades. That should increase the quality of the air. So we need to connect this up here. That will produce the extra power that we need. Again with that one. And I should now theoretically be able to drop one of those in there. We've got a whole new concrete factory on the go. Now these guys are not moving because their outgoing storage is full. So if we start chomping down a couple more of these, that'll get them up and running again. And so the system kind of presents itself, if you will. Go. That's got to be producing some significant concrete right there. They're running low on sand, but I've just put in a whole bunch of extra sand producers. The whole system there should be producing huge amounts of There we go. That is quite a significant production system on the go. We're getting close now to having enough electronics and home appliances to supply all of our buildings. You can see we've ranked up again here. Home appliances nearly up to the standard we need. We're going to start working towards computers and parks. So we come up here and start looking at... Have we not got solar panels yet? Did we unlock solar panels? I think we're working on solar panels right now. Network power 2, so we need more power here. Okay, so these can be placed closer together now because we've got the improved wind turbines. Just going to try and squeeze a few of these in, thereby producing more power. Still not quite enough, look. For some reason we still don't have access to a solar power plant. So my first ever Let's Play, I had all this up and running pretty much right straight away off the bat without too much difficulty. I'm obviously not doing as well this time round, but we're working on it. We're working on it, slowly tapping into the resources available to us and making the most of it. Okay, that's definitely getting closer to the mark. And we're almost here. We've almost achieved the desired goal. Now these guys are desperately in need of electronics, so maybe I will put an electronics factory back in here. Just purely for the purposes of producing the necessary bits and bobs we need for that. The iron ore, that's the problem. There's no good source of iron ore anywhere near this production facility. I think what I might have to do is move these guys. Actually, that makes so much more sense. Let's ditch this, this, and this. Let's ditch this. Just doesn't work over there. We're going to build it over here. This makes way more sense. Okay, so ideally he wants to be nearby these units. So we'll make that so. We'll make that the case. I think we've got a science lab over here somewhere, have we not? Yes, 2. These home appliance sectors just wasted over here. Completely wasted. Okay, now I could move this guy, couldn't I? He does not need to be there. Lose a bit of efficiency. It's a bit wonky, but it'll do. Doing the do. Right, so I think it makes sense to expand out as far as we can. Get some more houses down here. All these houses are completely full. And yeah, now we've got 32 coming in. Average habitat has gone down because of these houses, so it will come up pretty quickly. maybe reposition a house over there. Get rid of that. Connect this one up. So gives us more opportunity to put more houses in. More houses means more people. More people means more workers. More workers mean higher productivity. So pretty good. Looking much nicer. Do the same again. How's our concrete? Yeah, look at that. 811 units of concrete. It's much better. When we come and look at this, it's going to be a lot lower. Oh, it's actually not gone down too much. 2.34 still. The quality of this is going to come straight up. It's not going to be a problem there. I might put some parks in this area because these homeowners are going to want some better quality life surrounding elements. What's going on here? Concrete roads, come on. Solar panels. These are the things we need. What's our city level like? Level 3 citizens. Level 4 citizens are going to be... We need 300 level 3 citizens. That's not going to take long at all. That's already maxed out. These guys are just waiting for oxygen to arrive. There's plenty of it. I might chuck in a few more farms to keep the production high. Yeah, I think we're expanding and growing and getting involved quite quickly here. Well, not quickly. 107% efficiency, 99% efficiency, one member of staff short. There are 124, there are 116. Yeah, we're definitely ticking over. What are we lacking here? Still home appliance. Gonna have to get more home appliance factories in. Let's squeeze one more in there. If I get rid of this, I might be able to squeeze in two. Oh, it's agonizing. Agonizingly close. Let's put the factory in first. Annoyingly, these factory entrance points are this side rather than this side. So I'm just going to fix that because that is just preposterously stupid. We'll add so much to the production time just by having that the wrong way round. Okay, that's going to be far more efficient. I just need to sort out the power problem that I've just created. Should fix it. It should all be back up and running again now. Nice. Now we've got two direct connections. Not sure if anything's going to use it yet, but I'm sort of planning ahead for the future. Basically, the idea here. Now, can I find some more iron? It's aluminium. Is that iron there? That is iron ore there. That's aluminium. Need more iron. I need an iron brew. It's a very small iron ore source there, but I think I'm going to have to tap into it. That's too steep. At the moment we're not tapping into any of that stuff, but nope, that's not going to work. Too steep. Ah, look, it's one section there. Okay. It's not ideal, let's be honest. It really isn't ideal, but we need more iron. Okay. Energy source. Provide power. Get rid of that one because it can't actually reach the iron. So that's just going to be producing iron and sending it back via truck to wherever. How much steel are we producing? Only 18 units, but at the moment we don't need more than that, so we'll just leave that. That's an extra source of iron coming in, albeit very slowly. Their home appliance situation is absolutely zero. These guys aren't really getting enough home appliances either. Oh. My earphones have gone funny. Right, I think I need to charge my earphones up. So let's hold for now. Just going to see if I can find some better iron. There's some iron ore there. Iron ore, copper ore, iron ore, iron ore. So this here could be a fantastic... There's more iron ore here, look. This is the iron ore central of the universe. I found all the iron ore, it's all over here. So I could just produce stuff here and then transport it back to the city. What are you running low on? Sand? Really? You're not producing enough sand? What's going on here? We've got absolute bedlam. What's going on? The storage facility. Right, okay. Well, maybe I can improve that slightly. Oh, that's the wrong thing altogether. Should streamline things, I think. Oh, I think we can squeeze one more in there. Two more, in fact. Hooray, the city is leveled up. I think that's the perfect time to end this episode and just say I hope you're getting a good gist of what the game is all about. I kind of got sucked into it a little bit there, but it took me a lot longer to get to where I got to yesterday, so that's held me up a little bit. But yeah, first look, gameplay review. I think InfraSpace is a really, really good game. It's less than 20 quid. It's still in early access, and I think the game it just looks beautiful. It really works really well. I just really enjoy it. I think it's a brilliant game. I hope they keep evolving it and expanding it. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing anyway because I'm just enjoying it. I could put hours into this game without any effort whatsoever. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye for now.